is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Right now at 6 on Good Morning Indiana.
It's just a matter of time. Somebody gonna be shot.
A series of crimes at an East Side store has people fearing for their safety. This morning, the changes they're calling for at a corporate level.
Facing discrimination for being pregnant in the workplace. Only RTV6 is uncovering the heartbreaking price women are paying for Indiana's lack of pregnancy accommodation laws.
I was a baker, and I loved it, and it was wonderful, but it didn't really pay very well.
Cooking up a new career on the assembly line. We're looking at the incentives Subaru is offering as they work to hire Hoosiers and keep them on the job.
Plus, still shopping for holiday gifts? We're breaking down the most unwanted gifts this season so you don't waste your money.
It is 6 o'clock here on your Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrett.
I'm Rafael Sanchez. We're midweek. It is almost Friday. We're getting ready for that big toy drive tomorrow. The weather will be perfect today and tomorrow. Todd Clausen, fill us in because we're loving all of the sunshine.
Yeah, you know, and it's a big change from where we were earlier in the week. And earlier in the week, we had all the cloud cover. The temperatures were well below normal. Today, we're kind of flipping the script here just a little bit. Skies are clear this morning. Temperatures range anywhere from 29 to 37 degrees, depending where you are, with the cooler temperatures to the north and east. But it's chilly, obviously, with temperatures there. You need to bundle up. And where the temperatures are a little bit warmer this morning, it's where the clouds are building in just a little bit. Terre Haute to Bloomington now and points to the south. And there'll be some fair weather clouds at times here throughout the course of the morning hours. But you notice it's just one little batch of cloud cover that has to work through. And then we have all these clear skies off to the west, and that's the sunshine we'll enjoy here throughout the day. So let's get you out the door this morning on this Wednesday. 34 degrees at 8 a.m. We'll actually warm pretty quickly throughout the morning hours to 42 degrees by the noon hour. And then we'll continue to warm and get our high temperatures above normal later on this afternoon. We'll talk about the rest of today and look ahead as well coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, we will see you then. In the meantime, we are taking a live look right now at I-465 at Ditch Road. As you can see, traffic is cruising along just fine to start off your Wednesday morning. We'll alert you if we run into any issues out there.
An Indianapolis mother fearing for the safety of her son, his co-workers, and the shoppers at an East Side store is now turning to RTV6 for help.
She's pushing for change because she says the Family Dollar her son works at is not safe. Our Kelsey Anderson is working for you this morning to find out what exactly can be done. Kelsey, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so folks we talked to at that Eastside Family Dollar say they're afraid that someone's going to get seriously injured or even worse, killed by the criminals that are preying on that store. RTV6 has learned Metro Police have been called out to the Family Dollar at 21st and Arlington at least 5 times in the last year for robberies, 4 of those being armed robberies, one of them happening as recently as this week. Sandra Goodrich called RTV6 for help because she says she does not think the store is safe for anyone to be working or shopping there without security. She tells us her son works there, and when he was working, a man came in and held him at gunpoint when he was robbing the store.
He pulls out his gun and he tells it was a girl cashier. He grabbed her first, tell her to open her drawer. Then he turns around to my son and tell my son to open his drawer.
Goodrich says her son is looking for a new job now, but she says she's even seen people outside the store in daylight trying to steal purses and other belongings. Now, we did reach out to Family Dollar yesterday, but this morning we have still not heard back from them about what they plan to do, if they plan to do anything to make changes at this location. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Frankfort police continue to investigate an incident that left a juvenile with a gunshot wound to the face. The incident happened on West Green Street Tuesday morning. Police say 3 kids were hanging out when one grabbed a gun from a bedroom and shot the victim. That victim was airlifted to Riley Hospital for Children. Their condition is not known this morning. Police say a 13-year-old is being detained while they wait for formal charges.
Metro Police releasing the name of the man shot by officers after a long standoff on the city's northwest side. Police say that 37-year-old Anthony Statzer is in critical condition but is expected to survive. Investigators were called to an office complex near 71st and Zionsville Road around 5 o'clock Monday evening on a report of a burglary. Officers say when they arrived, they saw that Statzer running into the business and barricading himself inside. Police say after several hours, he became agitated and pointed a firearm at the officers outside, prompting officers to shoot him. No one else was hurt, and Statzer faces several criminal charges.
This morning, police in Hendricks County continue to dig for answers in the investigation into the death of a doctor inside his own home. On Tuesday, friends and family said goodbye to Dr. Dean Marr at a celebration of life. Investigators say he was shot and killed in a home invasion the day before Thanksgiving. People who worked with Dr. Marr call the crime senseless.
They knew he was a real person. I mean, he wasn't like an arrogant soul. He was just a real human being. He was just one of the guys. Whoever did this, he would have given you what you needed. You didn't have to take it. He was a giving person.
Dr. Marr worked at Ortho Indy on the north side and in Fishers. If you know anything about his murder, we have details on how to contact law enforcement in this story on the RTV6 app. Here at 6:06, RTV6 is working to hold Indiana leaders accountable for reducing the infant mortality rate, where Indiana is the 5th highest in the nation.
In some cases, working women are losing pregnancies after employers deny their requests for light duty. That includes women like Tawani McClellan. She says she was working at a restaurant during her high-risk pregnancy, and despite a doctor's note, she was required to lift heavy boxes. She needed the money and was scared to speak up, so she kept on working.
Eventually, I lost my child. And it hurt so bad, and I still had to go back in that place after the fact. That I lost my child. And look at this guy in his face.
We know there is a connection between physically demanding work and preterm birth, which is the leading cause of infant mortality in Indiana.
The Institute for Working Families says 27 states have pregnancy discrimination laws, but Indiana is not one of them. Indiana lawmakers have tried passing pregnancy accommodation laws in the past, but they rarely make it out of committee. The time now is 6:07. Ivanka Trump will be in Indianapolis today and tomorrow to discuss job training initiatives. She and U.S. Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross, they serve as the co-chairs of the Workforce Policy Advisory Board. The board, which also includes Governor Eric Holcomb, will host their quarterly meeting at the Indiana Women's Prison tomorrow. Now, before the meeting, the board members will learn about the Last Mile program, helping prisoners gain employment after their incarceration. The public is invited to listen to the meeting and submit questions. We have information on how to do that on the RTV6 app.
With 11 months still to go before the 2020 election, Republican Governor Eric Holcomb has his first major endorsement for re-election. The Indiana Chamber of Commerce endorsed Holcomb Tuesday afternoon in Indianapolis. This is the Chamber's second gubernatorial endorsement ever. The Chamber also endorsed Mitch Daniels in 2008. Chamber President Kevin Bringer said Holcomb's agenda has helped businesses and the state's economy in his time as governor.
Other states are not standing still, so we cannot afford to lose economic momentum, especially in key areas of technology, logistics, and manufacturing.
It is still unclear who Holcomb will face in next year's general election. 3 people have announced their candidacy to run as Democrats: State Senator Eddie Melton, former Indiana State Health Commissioner Woody Myers, and entrepreneur Josh Owens.
The time now is 6:09, and we're learning new information about the proposed casino in Terre Haute. The State Gaming Commission says just one proposal was submitted for the new gaming license. The proposal was submitted by Spectacle Entertainment. You're looking at renderings from that proposal, the Rock Sino by Hard Rock Development. But being the sole applicant does not mean the company will automatically get that license. The Indiana Gaming Commission will go through a review process of that application. The Gaming Commission says the proposal could be discussed at its March meeting.
Here's hard rock of a different sort, and it'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. REO Speedwagon and Styx will co-headline the Carb Day concert on Friday, May 22nd.
It's hard to believe we're already thinking about the month of May. Tickets are on sale now, just in time for a great stocking stuffer. General admission tickets start at $30.
Can't wait for May to come around again. I mean, winter's fine.
Yeah, we got to get through the snow and stuff first. Yeah.
Health officials are closely monitoring the impacts of marijuana vaping as the number of illnesses continue to grow. New at 6:12, we're looking at how it's also becoming a bigger item on the radar of law enforcement officials.
Then it's been nearly 30 years since the first Subaru rolled off the assembly line in Lafayette. Coming up at 6:18, we're revisiting what makes the plant so successful and the incentives they offer to keep Hoosiers on the job. Todd.
And Meredith, for the first time this week, you're walking out the door to a mainly clear sky here across central Indiana. As far as temperatures, though, they're basically about the same as they have been throughout the course of the week. In the upper 30s here by the time we get to the mid-afternoon hour. Starting off, though, right around freezing this morning. So the temperatures do moderate quite nicely here throughout the day today. Back above normal by this afternoon. We'll talk all about it in your Storm Team 6 forecast. The time now is 6:10. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
As doctors work to figure out more on black market THC vaping products causing lung illnesses, law enforcement is doing its job to get it out of the hands of teens. A new report from the Associated Press shows authorities have seized at least 510,000 marijuana vape cartridges in the last 2 years. They have made roughly 120 arrests. The Drug Enforcement Agency says as long as illegal pot vapes remain a priority for black market suppliers, catching them will remain one of theirs.
At the time now is 6:14. In an overnight vote, the House Intelligence Committee, they approved a 300-page report summarizing weeks of the impeachment investigation. It has now been sent to the House Judiciary Committee as that panel prepares for a hearing today on the constitutional grounds for impeachment. 4 witnesses will testify publicly. It could determine if the investigation will continue to move forward on the articles of impeachment.
If you recently bought sushi from Trader Joe's, you may want to return it. The grocery chain is recalling a list of ready-to-eat products over concerns for listeria. It includes most sushi and spring roll products, the smoked salmon poke bowl, banh mi-inspired noodle bowl, and queso fundido spicy cheese dip. There has been no reports of anyone getting sick so far, but listeria can cause confusion, fever, loss of balance, and in some cases, death. And Todd, I apologize that's what you have to follow up with. You do have some good news, though, if people are maybe heading out for a sushi lunch today.
It's all right. I've been following worse things here at times than a little bit of tainted sushi. So we'll be in good shape here, though, later on this afternoon as we get into the sunshine. This morning, as you walk out the door, there's 2 things that are different. 1, the skies are clear, and 2, the roads are dry. Not that we've had a lot of rain the past couple mornings, but there's been kind of that damp feel, and especially on Monday, the roadways were wet. Temperatures are around freezing, and sunrise is at 7:50 here this morning, and I point that out because it's getting later and later in the morning as our days continue to get just a little bit shorter each and every day here as we push towards the winter solstice. Temperatures right now are in the 30s and 40s across the area. 31 in Tipton, 37 in Terre Haute, 32 in Crawfordsville, 33 is the current temperature in Lafayette and Martinsville, currently at 35 degrees. So with this sunshine back, temperatures will moderate pretty quickly this morning. Yesterday, the high temperature was 40 degrees and we had the clouds, so it wasn't a very pleasant 40-degree temperature. Well, today we're at 40 degrees already by 11 a.m. with skies that'll be mostly sunny across the area as we work our way into the noon hour. 42 degrees by the time we get to the 2 o'clock hour, 44, and then our high temperature today should top off right around 45 degrees with skies that'll be mostly sunny throughout the day. So it's really a nice day. The one little flaw that we'll deal with, though, throughout the day today is going to be the wind. You'll notice the wind is going to be picking up as the day goes on. The trade-off, though, the sunshine is back in the forecast. So there's a little bit of spotty cloud cover across the area right now, but as you look off to the west, it's pretty quiet. There's no precipitation here, and this is just one little band of cloud cover that's drifting off towards the southeast. The snow is going to stay up in Michigan, so we don't have to worry about that whatsoever. This evening, as we work our way throughout the the course of the 7 to 10 o'clock hour. Temperatures will work their way back down into the 30s, but it's mainly clear, so you just need to bundle up a little bit, and that is going to be just about it. Tomorrow, probably the best weather day of the week. The wind will calm down. The temperatures are a little bit warmer tomorrow as we get into the mid-40s, and I think some of you could even crack the 50-degree mark, especially in southern locations where we could get up to 51, maybe 52 degrees. And then as we work our way into tomorrow evening, temperatures will be in the 40s. Friday, we take a little step back. We're still dry with partly cloudy skies, but let me focus on the weekend here quickly for you a second. Saturday's cooler, but dry, 42 degrees. As we get into Sunday, showers will develop throughout the day, but it's warmer with high temperatures that'll be right around 50 degrees. And then as we look at your 7-day planning forecast, Monday is the day that's probably our biggest problem day with areas of rain. And it could be a decent rain event for us across the area. But with the morning low at 35 and the afternoon high at 52, it's an all rain event. And then eventually by Tuesday, as some cooler air comes in, some of those rain showers could eventually go over to snow showers.
Todd, thank you so much. Time to check your roads, and good morning to Plainfield, Muncie, and Lawrence. In fact, let's stay on the city's northeast side in the Lawrence area. As you can see, Live Drive is up and moving there at 465 near Pendleton Pike. Traffic is moving really well this morning. As you heard, Todd's forecast is amazingly perfect today for a December day, so all is well. We'll keep checking in on Live Drive throughout the morning.
For more than a year, Hiring Hoosiers has been connecting you to employment opportunities, resources, training, and education.
As we head into a new year, we're taking a look back at some of the companies and programs that have sought to change the lives of Hoosiers across the state.
As our Mark Mullins reports, a commitment nearly 30 years ago to build cars, and Hiring Hoosiers is still paying off.
It's 4:30 p.m. and Dorothy Moore has just clocked in on the second shift.
I work in stamping, the second part of the manufacturing process of building a car.
She's worked at the Subaru of Indiana automotive plant in Lafayette for nearly 3 years, operating heavy machinery. Quite the change from baking cakes and cookies for a living.
It didn't really pay very well, and so I had a lot of friends that worked at SIA saying, hey, they're hiring, come work for SIA. They have wonderful pay and benefits. You won't be sorry, and I'm not, so I'm glad I'm here.
Managers here want more workers with Dorothy's kind of attitude.
First and foremost, we need people that will come to work every day.
Scott Brand is one of the executives here, looking to fill more than 125 positions, mainly on the assembly line, setting car parts in place.
We have some turnover just based on people not being willing to get up in the morning or being able to make it to work in the afternoon at 4:30.
Brand admits there's a challenge retaining workers, attributed to a growing generational apathy among laborers, a trend other employers are also grappling with.
Well, what we're hoping is that in the team environment that we have here in the plant, that some of the veteran associates, some of the folks that have been here for a while, will help those associates see that those are good jobs. Those are great jobs. And they should, by applying themselves and coming to work every day, have a great opportunity to have a good life and a good career here at the company.
The company offers incentives to get workers to keep coming back, competitive wages, a perfect attendance bonus, a child development center with childcare, and a fitness facility. There are roughly 5,700 employees who work here. Half of them live in Lafayette. The other half come in from surrounding counties in metro Indianapolis. So Subaru is also exploring options to ease transportation challenges for workers with a longer commute. With a growing workforce, the plant is even expanding its training facility to get more workers on the production line faster. For Dorothy, it means a growing family.
We spend more time, with these people than we do our own families and friends, so we make the best of it and we get along really well.
In Lafayette, Mark Mullins, RTV6.
Mark, thanks. Subaru hires workers through a temp agency called CTI Personnel. Those positions eventually lead to full-time employment with Subaru itself. The pay starts around $14.25 an hour and goes up from there. If you're interested, you're urged to apply for positions through CTI. There is a phone number or online application you can use. We've got a link on our website, hiringhoosiers.com. And one place that's really booming with job opportunities right now, the RTV6 Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page. If you're looking for a job with good pay and the chance to advance, there are dozens of opportunities posted directly from recruiters on our homepage. Just search Hiring Hoosiers on our Facebook page and you'll find a place to make real connections for your career.
Let's talk jobs, let's talk numbers. Even though unemployment both here in our state and across the country country is low right now. A new study shows that there's a problem with the kind of jobs that are available. The Brookings Institute says nearly half of Americans are working at low-wage jobs. Their median pay is about $10 an hour. While that's more than the federal minimum wage, it is still well below the cost of living in many areas. This morning, the median household income in the United States is $66,000.
Have you seen this man? A central Indiana city says they need your help finding a well-known criminal. I wish you could have all just seen how quickly Raphael's head just snapped up, thinking it was a real criminal on the loose. Coming up at 6:25, how you can help him before he threatens all the Christmas activities. I'm doing my job right. We'll be right back.
That worked well.
At 6:25, here's what's trending at 6. And Meredith, you almost scared me with this before the break on this one because I thought we were looking for a mass killer.
A real one.
So the Whitetown Police Department needs your help finding a wanted, well, right there, the Grinch. Officers say they are familiar with the suspect and they're confident they will catch him before he can ruin the town's annual Santa events. Officers are asking anyone who spots Mr. Grinch to take a picture and post a photo on social media tagging the city of Whitestown and Whitestown Police.
Ralph, are you ready to go to a galaxy far, far away? Disney just unveiled something only Disney could dream up. It's an immersive Star Wars vacation with a 2-night cruise-style itinerary with you as the story's hero. The Galactic Star Cruiser will transport you to Batuu at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I've never seen Star Wars, can you tell? And the 16-acre Galaxy's Edge. No word on how much the new offering will set you back, but I'm guessing it's not going to be $99 a night like some hotels.
As long as Batuu is warm and with a nice, pool, I'm all in.
All right.
Finally, it is the clash of the Titans. Godzilla versus Mother Nature. A resident in upstate New York used the iconic beast to showcase a snowstorm, as you can see. In a time-lapse video, Godzilla and other various toys slowly disappear. The homeowner says the area received more than 10 inches of that fresh powder. Stop it already, but it looks beautiful there, just don't come here. Meaning that Mother Nature won, Godzilla 0, and the snow can stay there for a while. Though I know we love it, we need it. It's
pretty. Right,
it's pretty.
Right. We all would like a white Christmas, but not a 10-inch white Christmas. Yeah, and we've got some time, though, before we see anything like that, Tom.
And there's no real snow in our forecast. Tuesday of next week, maybe a few snow showers.
Dusting.
But until then, finally some sunshine back in the forecast today, and we'll take it. It's been a pretty cloudy stretch of weather for us. The skies are clear as you get going on this Wednesday morning. Temperatures chilly, anywhere from 31 to 35 degrees, depending on where you are. You can kind of pick your closest location to those cities I have on the map there. And as we work our way throughout the afternoon hours, warmer temperatures. Yesterday, a high of 40 with clouds. Today, we're up to 44 degrees with sunshine. So it's going to be much nicer out there. The one little flaw, though, today will be the chance of the winds. They'll kind of gust up to about 25, maybe 30 miles per hour later on this afternoon.
So I haven't started this yet, but if you haven't even done all of your holiday shopping over Black Friday or Cyber Monday, you're probably going to go out hunting for gifts this weekend.
Okay, Raphael, but before you buy something that Mrs. Sanchez does not want, John Matteries has a caution so you don't waste your money.
Okay.
The 2019 holiday shopping season is a week short this year, which means the heat is on to get all that shopping done. So as you scramble the next few weeks to buy all those presents, you should know about the most unwanted gifts, according to surveys.
So many items look like great gifts when you're strolling mall stores and kiosks in December. But a few weeks later, they end up in the return line, unwanted by the recipient. Surveys by the retail site Finder.com and the resale chain Acorns say the most returned gifts include board games, toiletries and fragrances, celebrity cookbooks, celebrity autobiographies, slippers, Christmas sweaters, fitness DVDs, and selfie sticks. That's not to say your loved one won't appreciate a Christmas sweater. It's just that a lot of people would prefer something else. And from the Doesn't That Stink file, the fact that some people love liquor as a gift and others hate it. Try to figure that out and you may say, doesn't that stink? Consumer Reports magazine says hard liquor is the most unwanted gift. But you might be asking, what are they drinking? Many people would love a little bottle of vodka or scotch on Christmas Eve.
With 1 week less of shopping this year, gift cards likely to be more popular than ever. But make sure it's to a store they like so you don't waste your money. Working for you, I'm John Matteries. Good morning, Indiana.
John, thanks. Now in Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday morning, here is a look at your 6:30 news feed. Investigators say a space heater likely caused the fire in Clinton County that killed an 8-month-old little boy. Monday's fire at a home in Frankfort has been ruled accidental. Firefighters say a father and 2 young kids were able to escape, but the father could not reach his infant son.
In Hamilton County, police in Noblesville want to know if you recognize the people in these surveillance pictures. They're accused of robbing customers outside the Best Buy near State Road 37 and Pleasant Street. Investigators say on Black Friday, the suspects confronted 3 victims in the parking lot as they were putting items in their vehicle. No injuries were reported.
More cases of hepatitis A have been linked to blackberries sold at Fresh Time. The CDC now says 16 cases have been confirmed across the country, including 2 in Indiana. 9 of those people were sent to the hospital because of the disease. The CDC says it is still working with suppliers to determine the source of contamination.
After more than a dozen serious injuries reported on campus, Purdue University now researching the safety of electric scooters. Recently, Purdue President Mitch Daniels says one student nearly died in an accident while using an electric skateboard. A task force is also being created to develop new policies for those vehicles.
Kroger is getting into the meal delivery business, and it's doing so with the help of a familiar food name in Indy. Kroger is partnering with Cluster Truck to create Kroger Delivery Kitchens. Customers will be able to order restaurant-style meals online and have them delivered without a service fee. They are launching the service in 4 cities: Indianapolis, Carmel, Columbus, Ohio, and Denver. And here at 6:30, we want to welcome you in and thank you for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
I'm Rafael Sanchez. Our friend Lauren Casey is taking a couple of days off. And of course, our other best buddy, our BFF, our ray of sunshine, meteorologist Todd Clausen, with a whole lot of sunshine today.
Yeah, finally, we do get the sunshine back in the forecast. And the good news is it's not just a one-day deal. We'll be dealing with sunshine here for several days. So if you can't take advantage for some reason today, get outside and soak up some of that sunshine, maybe run some errands. You will have the opportunity in the coming days, but let's get you going. First on this Wednesday morning, what do you need to grab before you go? Well, grab the sunglasses, dust them off. You will need them. I know some of you got into a little bit of sunshine late yesterday afternoon, early evening, but not everybody. And the winter jacket required this morning. And you may want the hat and gloves if that's your preference. Probably not a necessity here this morning, but definitely nobody will be looking at you funny if you have the gloves on here this morning or the heavier jacket and coat. As we work our way throughout the day, there'll be some fair weather clouds working their way through the area at times, but overall it's a pretty quiet weather pattern. All this precipitation is going to bypass us off towards the north and to the east. So throughout the morning hours, temperatures will moderate pretty quickly across the area. 38 degrees by 10 a.m. up to 42 degrees by the noon hour. Then we'll climb a couple more degrees from there. The one little issue though today, it will become fairly breezy throughout the day as we'll get some wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour, maybe a few near 35, but at least we have the sunshine back. We'll talk more about your extended forecast coming up in just a little bit.
We will see you then, Todd. In the meantime, we are taking a look from our live drive right now. Photographer Shea Goodpaster behind the wheel. He is on I-69 southbound near 82nd Street. You can see traffic starting to pick up now that we're in the 6:30 hour. No issues to report out on the roadways. An Indianapolis woman fearing for the safety of her own son, his co-workers, and the shoppers at an East Side store is now turning to RTV6 for help.
She's pushing for change because she says the Family Dollar where her son works, she says, is not safe. Our Kelsey Anderson is working for you this morning to find out what can be done in this community. Kelsey, fill us in.
Yeah, so shoppers we talked to at the East Side Family Dollar say criminals are preying on that store, and they're afraid that someone could get seriously hurt or even worse, killed by these criminals. RTV6 has learned that Metro Police have been called out to the Family Dollar at 21st and Arlington at least 5 times this year for robberies. 4 of those being armed robberies, and one of them happening as recently as Monday night. Sandra Goodrich, whose son works for the store, called RTV6 for help because she says she doesn't think the store is safe for anyone to be working or shopping there without security guards on duty.
This store is nationwide, and it seemed like y'all should have a security guard at least at night, to be around because they just breaking, they just robbing, and somebody's just a matter of time, somebody gonna be shot.
She tells us her son was working when a man came in the store and held him at gunpoint while he emptied the register. Goodrich says she's seen people outside, even in the daylight, trying to steal purses and other belongings. Now, we did reach out to Family Dollar to see if any or what changes they plan on making to make this store feel safer. We have not heard back from them yet this morning. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Indiana has the 5th highest infant mortality rate in the country, and we are working to find out what the state is doing to address it. Our Stephanie Wade found that in some cases, working women are losing pregnancies after employers deny their requests for light duty. Women like Twani McClellan says she was working in a restaurant during a high-risk pregnancy, and despite a doctor's note, she was still required to lift heavy boxes. She needed the money and was scared to speak up, so she continued to work.
Eventually, I lost my child. And it hurt so bad, and I still had to go back in that place after the fact that I lost my child. And look at this guy in his face.
We know there is a connection between physically demanding work and preterm birth, which is the leading cause of infant mortality in Indiana.
The Institute for Working Families says 27 states have pregnancy discrimination laws, but Indiana is not one of them. State lawmakers tried passing a pregnancy accommodation law this year, but it did not make it out of committee. Some lawmakers plan on trying again during next year's session.
An Indianapolis woman of many firsts is hoping to represent the southeast side of the city at the State House. Belinda Drake plans to announce her candidacy this week for House District 89. The 34-year-old was the first in her family to graduate from college, and if elected next year, she will be the first openly LGBTQ person of color elected to the state's legislature. She says her diverse background, along with her 10 years of public service, is exactly what she says the State House needs.
I'm a trailblazer, resilient, black, beautiful, and bold, but at the same time, I've continued to learn what it means to be receptive. I've continued to learn what it means to grow and to actively listen to not just myself, but a lot of the people around me, so that I can be the leader that a lot of my communities are asking me to be.
Drake says she already has a plan for her first 3 initiatives, including passing an inclusive hate crimes law and launching a statewide universal pre-K program that would be funded, she says, by profits from legalized marijuana sales.
It is the first comment from Governor Holcomb on criminal charges filed against a caseworker from the Department of Child Services. The governor says he is deeply troubled by the felony charges against Spencer Osborne. Osborne was charged after he returned a child from state custody to an abusive mother in Madison County. Prosecutors say the boy was later injured by the mother several times. Governor Holcomb's office issued a statement about DCS, which has faced numerous problems with staffing for years. The governor says child safety is and will remain our top priority. The Department of Child Services is committed to serving families and protecting children from abuse and neglect, end quote.
A night 2 years in the making. Next, the return of one of Indiana's cathedrals of basketball, and how it was a night some thought would not be possible.
Giving a gift that will last a lifetime. Coming up, how the library is helping fill a whole lot of stockings with some very special presents that are absolutely free. It's 6:38. We'll be right back.
Your replacement window hero.
2 years after it was damaged, the historic Muncie Fieldhouse is back in business this morning.
Work was completed on the 91-year-old gymnasium just in time for basketball season. The first game was held last night between Muncie Central and Fishers High School. The repairs to the Fieldhouse cost $1.8 million, but were covered by insurance. The damage was caused by high winds from a November 2017 storm.
Tornado-like storm that came through, and it knocked over this wall right beside us on the roof. and knocked it through the ceiling. It damaged all kinds of steel, caused water damage where we lost the gym floor right behind us. And it really took about a year to get it stabilized and planned, and then it took another year to get all the restoration work done.
The official grand reopening of the Fieldhouse is December 13th when both the Muncie Central boys and girls teams take on Logansport.
The Indianapolis Zoo will use a new grant to help boost educational opportunities for Indianapolis preschoolers. The PNC Bank Foundation gifted $25,000 to the zoo for their nature play programs. The president of the zoo says it's important to expose children to the natural world.
We know that around the world, kids of all ages are becoming less and less exposed to nature and have less and less of a connection to the outdoors. And that means that kids are less likely to develop attitudes that support conservation later in life.
PNC also donated $25,000 each to 3 other local organizations as part of its Grow Up Great program. That program is aimed to help improve life for children between the birth and the age of 5.
The Indianapolis Public Library hopes you are giving the gift of books this holiday season, and they're making it affordable with a free book. The library has begun its annual Jingle Books program. The goal of Jingle Books is to help children develop the reading skills they need to succeed in life and improve reading scores while in school. Parents, grandparents, guardians can drop by any Indianapolis Public Library branch and select a free book for each child from a big red box. They even have wrapping paper and bows so you can put it under the tree. Your donations to great causes don't have to end simply because Giving Tuesday is over. Next, we'll tell you about an organization that uses your help to literally save lives.
And it may seem like a wicked game, but if you miss this giveaway, it will be a bad, bad thing. Coming up after the break, we have your chance to win tickets to see Chris Isaak live in concert. But first, let's check in with Todd Clausen. Good morning, Todd.
All right, as you walk out the door this morning, it's a much better day ahead than it has been the past few days. We've had the clouds around. Well, today we're going to rate the day about a 7 or 8 because we get the sunshine back. Temperatures are a little warmer, but there is a flaw in the forecast for the day today. We'll talk all about it coming up in Maine weather in just a few minutes. The time right now, though, is 6:43. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Ross, yes for less.
Welcome back. Time now is 6:45, and we are taking a live look on I-465 southbound near Washington Street on the east side. You can see traffic starting to pick up now as we inch closer and closer to the 7 o'clock hour. No issues to report out there on the roadways. Giving Tuesday may be over, but that does not mean you can't continue to give back.
Organizations and not-for-profits all across central Indiana always welcome your donations, and in some cases your generosity could help save many, many lives.
I will always be a voice for the Julian Center because for me, I'm a survivor because of them.
The Julian Center supports survivors of domestic violence. Your donations cover food, counseling, travel expenses, and other services. Yvette Smith is among the many who have turned to the center after leaving an abusive relationship.
When I got here, it was so inviting, and, you know, my safety was their #1 concern. You know, they wanted to make sure that I was safe. And what I liked about it when I got here, it felt warm. And when I say warm, I mean it felt like this is where you should be right now.
If you'd like more information on the Julian Center and its services, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story for more information.
Some people experiencing homelessness won't have to worry about keeping their feet warm this winter. Last night, volunteers with the Methodist Sports Medicine Research and Education Foundation passed out shoes and socks to men at Wheeler Mission. This program is called Hearts to Souls, and David Coleman calls this gift a blessing.
It's my first time here. I came by here tonight and I just got a blessing. So I guess God put me in a place where I need to be at this time. And I think they're doing a great service for the people.
Nobody lives on an island, right? We all need help and we all need assistance. And I think the opportunity to come and provide some help for some guys that need it at a time in their life is something that just moves our heart.
As part of the program, doctors also performed free foot exams for the men. The event was also supported by BSN Sports, the Colts, Red Wing Shoes, and Dr. Comfort.
And a reminder, RTV6 will be collecting toys on Monument Circle from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Just drive up and drop off your donation. You're always so generous. Don't even have to get out of the car. Just open the window, drop it off. Todd Clausen, big smile, he'll take it. We also have several drop-off sites across central Indiana. For a full list of locations and times, go to theindychannel.com and click on 6 Shines on Toy Drive Lane. But tomorrow, Todd, you were telling us that the weather will be simply perfect to drive down Monument Circle.
So people have no excuse not to come out.
Out the window.
Yeah, tomorrow's the best weather day of the week. It's the warmest, it's sunny, not a lot of wind out there. So yeah, Thursday, and we'll be there throughout the entire day. So yeah, just drive by. You don't even have to get out of your car. As for today, we get the sunshine back. That is the good news in the forecast. However, we will be dealing with a little bit of a wind that is going to kick up throughout the day today into that 25 to 35 mile per hour range. And temperatures will be back above normal, though, as we climb into the mid-40s. All in all, it's not a bad day for us. As you look outside right now, the sky's just starting to brighten a little bit. You notice the blue sky, and then there's a few clouds out across parts of the area. But other than that, we're in pretty good shape. 34 right now in Indy, 35 in Bloomington, as well as Muncie. So I mentioned those winds. Here's the hour-by-hour breakdown for you. And we're dealing with wind gusts up in the 20s here through much of the morning. Then they peak a little bit throughout the afternoon as we may climb into the mid-30s. And then they'll start to subside once again as we work our way into the evening hours. So it's a decent day for us. We get the sunshine back. A good day to out there walk your favorite four-legged friend. Our featured dog of the day today is a Winston there, looking all dapper in his little bow tie. Thanks to Abby for sending Winston in. And here is your forecast breakdown hour by hour with the sunshine. The temperature trend goes up to about 42 degrees by the noon hour. That'll put us warmer than we were all day yesterday, and then your high gets up to 45 degrees. Our normal high this time of year is 43, so it's going to be an above normal day with sunshine. Here's that little bit of cloud cover that I mentioned. There are just some clouds that are streaming through the area, part of this little band that stretches back into central Illinois. That's going to dive down towards the southeast. We miss out, though, on any precipitation throughout the day, which is going to be good news for us. So Wednesday evening, if you do have plans, maybe you're going outside to check out one of the light displays here we have across central Indiana, whether it's at IMS, it's at the State Fairgrounds, it's at Newfields. You'll have decent weather, mainly clear skies, temperatures right around 40 degrees, falling into the 30s as the day progresses. Tomorrow, we mentioned Monument Circle and the weather, and it's going to be a nice day. 47 degrees in the city, maybe even a little bit warmer in southern locations where you could climb up into the 50s with skies that'll be partly cloudy across the area. And as you look at your temperature trend here over the next few days, our average high is 43. So tomorrow we're close to 50 degrees. It does cool down a little bit into Friday and Saturday with a little more in the way of cloud cover, but then temperatures go back above normal on Sunday and Monday as highs will climb up to right around 50 degrees. The trade-off, though, will be some showers that develop throughout the day on Sunday, and potentially Monday could be a pretty wet day for us with areas of rain, but a high of 52.
Todd, thank you. We are taking it back out on the roadways in our live drive vehicle. Photographer Shay Goodpaster behind the wheel right now. And this is a live look at I-465 northbound near I-70 on the east side. Once again, traffic just moving along smoothly at this hour. We'll check in with him one more time before the show ends.
It was a good night for the Hoosiers, and Pacer star Victor Oladipo was on hand to see it. Indiana had its first big test of the season against Florida State. IU also brought out the old Oaken Bucket. The football team just won before the Hoosiers played host to number 17 Florida State. It was part of the ACC Big Ten Challenge. The Hoosiers got some big plays down the stretch from Devontae Green. He finished with 30 points, and of course Victor certainly looked impressed with that. There you go. Oh, yeah. IU wins going away 80-64.
Last night was the first true road test for the Butler Bulldogs. Butler is also in the top 25 for the first time since Coach LaVall Jordan took over. And the big story was Butler's Kamar Baldwin. He scored 31 points, almost half of the Bulldogs' offense for the night. Butler gets a big road win over Ole Miss, 67-58. The Bulldogs are still unbeaten this season. They've got a big home game this Saturday against Florida. up. All right, music fans, it is the moment you have been waiting for. Right now is your chance to win 2 tickets to see Chris Isaak live in concert. The show is set for this Sunday, December 8th at the Brown County Music Center. All you have to do is be the 6th caller right now at 317-269-1459. And if you don't win right now, we're going to give away more tickets later this morning. Good luck.
For life, visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
Quick check at 6:55 here on our live drive. This is I-70 eastbound near Keystone on the east side. Once again, no issues out on the roadways. Stay safe as you hit the roads this morning. This is truly the end of an era in the world of music.
Willie Nelson says he's giving up marijuana, at least some of it. Not all of it, because of problems with his lungs related to his many years of smoking. The 86-year-old icon says it is time to slow down. Willie has been the subject of rumors that he's near death, but now he wants to put those rumors to rest.
I don't give a excuse me. I'm here. I'm glad to be here. I'm lucky to be here.
Okay, Willie, lest you think that Willie is done with marijuana, of course he's not. He says he still plans on enjoying the herb by vaping and with edibles, and as usual, he has no plans to stop touring. Good luck to him.
All right, Todd, what is the high today?
Yeah, exactly. 44 degrees. Later on this afternoon with lots of sunshine in the forecast here for the day today. It will become a little breezy at times. Tomorrow's the best day of the week. The wind will be a little calmer at 47 degrees with lots of sunshine, and we keep the sunshine through about Sunday afternoon.
Todd, thanks. So we'll see you back here in about 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with news, weather, and traffic updates.
And remember, all of your news throughout the day can be found on the RTV6 app. Take a look at that beautiful
stunning
picture as the sunrise is about to get underway in central Indiana. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here on Good Morning Indiana. Wow.